Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. 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 What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Marcus Speaks Play. I'm sorry, Marcus Speaks Play. Marcus Speaks Live. All right. I am happy to be here tonight with you good people. I just want to say this show is about to be epic. All right. I can't wait to do this because, it's a hot topic and everybody's talking about it, but I haven't given my take yet. So let's get into some promotions before we do that. Some what is fair use. Uh, give you guys the skinny of how I do my show and some small banter just to get some people in, and then we'll hit the topic. All right. So, if you could like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you are new here. Hit that bell icon to also you can get all my notifications once I go live. With that being said, if you could, when you subscribe, hit the bell icon. Then, if you could, if you're on this video, scroll down to the well, of course you're on this video, but when you hit the subscribe button and all that, scroll down to the description box. Find the Rumble link. When you hit that link, if you have not already downloaded Rumble, what are you waiting for? All right, it's a place for free speech and things that we can't do here on YouTube. So I urge you, please go ahead and download the app if you haven't already done so. If you already have it, just go to my channel, Marcus Speaks, and I believe it's all one word. And I have some videos over there that get ported from here, so you can enjoy the fun over there as well. So with that being said, please do me that favor, go and subscribe, because I believe with my next 15 subscribers, I get to stream live to Rumble. So I might have a bigger audience come in. Plus, you guys can interact with each other, just in case. If you can't, then I'll make sure I fix that. Every Friday I do this here show, Marcus Speaks Live. You can catch me at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Marcus Speaks Play is usually a stream that I do on Fridays, but I switch the days because I like doing the podcast on Fridays now. So it helps sets my deadline a little closer than usual, and I gotta grind out with information through the week. So Marcus Speaks Play has switched to Saturdays. I don't know what time I'm doing because I'm still working on this damn capture card and how it can play better and look better. Also, so the time is to be announced. I changed it even on my banner, my channel banner. So once I get that figured out, the time will be on there, and you guys can come through and come chill out with me. If you ever want to come and talk to me, you can debate with me. You can. There is a pinned comment in the chat. If you tap that pin, you will see a number and a link. All right. The link is to come here to my backstage and talk to me personally, or you can call the number at 302-283-9791 and come and talk or debate with me about any of the topics that I talk about tonight. But when you do that, there are rules. The rules are you must be on camera at all times. That means here on the backstage, and if you want to come up here and talk to me. All right. So if you want to come up here and talk to me, you have to be on camera. But if you don't want to be on camera to the public, that is fine. There's a question here on the backstage in the private chat. Once you come back here, give me your name that you use or that you put in. When I see you, put your name in, put your answer in, yes or no. I don't need an explanation. Just give me yes or no, and then I can accommodate you from there. And the last rule is please mute all background noise. If you have me on your phone, tablet, TV, or whatever, please turn that down when you talk to me. If you are hitting the link and you are watching me from either your phone or tablet or computer, turn me down or turn me off completely so I don't get feedback. All right. Also, if you could like this video, subscribe if you're new here, hit that bell icon, and share this link to your friends, family, co-workers, and whoever else you love. All right. Do me that favor. Now, if you have never seen my show, I like to do a nice thing where I play videos because it helps further my point of what I'm talking about. And with that being said, um, I have to follow YouTube guidelines and standards. With that, I have, and I repeat, I have to follow those rules and regulations. So, instead of me telling you exactly what fair use is, well, this is exactly what fair use is.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to tell you about fair use. It's the law. Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
All right, that's fair use, people. Okay, so the articles and the videos that I will be playing, the articles I will be reading to you guys tonight, and the videos I will be playing for you guys tonight are all accredited in the description box below. I do not own any of the content tonight that I am presenting. All right, I'm only giving my opinion, my educated opinion on all of this. All right, I do not own any of the material that I am using. All articles have been altered from its natural state, which means titles and the content in the article has been changed from its original state. The stop plagiarism and copyright and all that other good stuff. So, with that being said, people, how about we get into some small banter? All right, and I forgot to put these in, which I usually do. So let me get this ready. Sorry about that. It's going a lot before I got on. All right, now you guys don't know. So last week, when I started the show with the small banter, I talked about how a young fellow, age 14, was taking the trash out. His father asked him to take the trash out, and let me turn off the theme music. Sorry about that. Let's get some music going, some real music. All right. If you guys watched last week's video, I spoke about a young teenage boy, age 14, that got arrested by the police. The reason why that young person got arrested by the police is because he fit a description. That description was lime green shorts or neon shorts and a white shirt. He so happened to have that attire on. So this week, today's banter video, small banter video, is about a young boy who got assaulted by a woman that worked at a apartment complex. She was the property manager, and she got assaulted by the woman several times. This probably was like the second or third time that this has happened, but this was the first time it was caught on camera. So I'm going to show you that, and we're going to talk about it just a little bit to start the show out. So basically, to set up this video a little bit more, they're basically gonna go over everything that's going on with this case. All right, so how about we get into it right about now?
Where a federal lawsuit has been filed against this woman, 62-year-old Kimberly Jennings. She's accused of assaulting an 11-year-old boy and his sister at an apartment complex in Greensboro. Jennings was arrested and charged with 2 counts of simple assault on a child under 12 earlier this month. Joshua Davis reports from Guilford County.
Kimberly Jennings was arrested and charged with 2 counts of simple assault on a child under 12 earlier this month. Now she and the apartment complex she worked for are being sued.
And today is a day of reckoning.
Calls for justice after this video captured Kimberly Jennings hitting 11-year-old Jace Uri and pouring soda on him at Greensboro's Sedgefield Apartments earlier this month. The Uri family and their attorneys say the kids had been invited by friends to swim at the complex's pool. Jace and his sister Jayla told WXII 12 News that Jennings hit Jayla, and then Jace splashed water on Jennings before this moment seen in the security camera.
All because they was in the swimming pool. Not only that, she decided to insult them, humiliate them, and embarrass them.
Kimberly Jennings was charged. Now a federal lawsuit has been filed against Jennings, the Sedgefield Apartments, and the Sedgefield Realty Company.
So it's more layers to this. It's not just a children at the wrong place at the wrong time. This is a bad seed of racist prejudice, and the apartment complex knew that she had a tendency to lie and mistreat black folk.
Lawyers and the Uris say Jennings had previously targeted other children and their families. The Uri family hopes this lawsuit prevents this situation from happening to anyone else.
As a mother, I shouldn't have to see that. They shouldn't have had to been through that. It's hurtful that she seems to not care, and there were barely any repercussions for her actions. I want to see something done for justice for my children and any other children that she may have hurt or discriminated against.
The family's lawyers requested a jury trial and are seeking several types of damages, including financial. In Greensboro, I'm Joshua Davis for WXII 12 News.
All right. So, that's the story. So, let's unpack this a little bit. So, some young kids go over to or either live in an apartment complex. I believe the story goes that the 12-year-old boy was going to the apartment complex that was across the street from his house to play with friends. So, his friends invited him over to come chill at the pool. It was a hot day, and I believe they live in North Carolina. So it's a hot day. Friends call him over. Hey, let's hang out. Let's play at the pool. It's hot. Let's splash some water on each other. Whatever. So he brings his young sister along. So prior to this happening to the young man, the property manager. I need to get this young guy's name if they have it. So the property manager assaulted the kids assaulted his sister weeks prior to assaulting him. So what happened was the property manager came out to the pool, basically pulled the young girl's hair. I believe she's no more than maybe 9 or maybe 10 or 11 years old. And time in kitchen, we will be getting into that in just a couple minutes, all right? So you say Fresh and Fit demise was when let the wrong person on their platform. Yeah, I understand what you're talking about. We will be getting into that. So let me finish this, and if you want to come up, you can after I'm done. Speaking about it in full. We can debate, talk about whatever you want to do. All right. Now, the young kid, right? The child that we are talking about, um, the property manager assaulted the young girl first, pulled her hair, threw her out the apartment complex's uh, uh, pool area. So, weeks after that, young boy gets another phone call by friends, or they probably just meeting up with each other, like, hey, let's play in the pool or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's hot. Let's have some fun. Let's splash water on each other. Property manager comes out again. This time, I guess the kids was a little tuckered out. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Let's get something to eat. It's we've been playing in the pool all day. Property manager comes out of the office and starts assaulting the young boy. How does she do it? She does it like this. So the young boy's holding maybe like a sandwich or something, sandwiches and chips, and the property manager throws soda on the young boy and then hits him over the head repeatedly a few times. So this is why it's a federal crime, because a grown up hit a young child. Now, she has been arrested for this, and I believe she's going to get charged, I believe, soon. So, the mother basically says she wants justice for her kids because there's no reason why an adult is hitting children for no apparent reason because it's a hot day. Now, some people will say, well, since they didn't live there, why was he there in the first place? Hey, great question. But gotta remember, this young fellow has friends that lives in that apartment complex. And I've experienced this myself. Uh, some friends that lived around the street from me when I was living at home. I would go over to my friend's house every day. Like, we would hang out, either do homework, play video games, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So one day we're chilling on his porch. His mom has some patio furniture outside the house, so she can sit and chill or whatever. So the property owner, who works in the office from time to time, he comes upstairs and says, "Do you live here?" He said, "Yeah, I live right here. This is my house." He was like, "All right, go inside." He says, "I know who you are. Do you live here?" I said, "Nah, I'm hanging out with him." He was like, "All right, well, you need to go home." I was like, "Why? We're just hanging out, talking." He was like, "I don't care. Get off my property or I'm gonna call the police." And I'm like, "For what? We're just sitting on, outside. It's a nice day. You just, decided to come outside." He said, "It doesn't matter. Get off my property. I don't want you here." Okay, well, I gotta follow his rules, right? Now, my homeboy was like, "Well, let me just put some shoes on and we'll find something to do." So the property manager then goes, "No, I want you in the house now." So now his mother has to get involved because he's yelling at him now at my friend. So his mom comes outside like, "Hey, what's the problem?" "I told your son to go in the house because I don't want anybody sitting on the patio. This isn't what this is for. This isn't a sitting area." And it's a pretty big patio. Like, I would probably say it's maybe like a 9-foot patio. Wide is probably all of maybe 20 feet, 25 feet across. And it's a 2-tier. It's a 3-level apartment building. So, you know, has the first floor, second floor, third floor. He lived all the way on the third floor. And we were just hanging out, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, it was over his balcony, just, you know, talking, watching the cars pass by. And then he comes upstairs. Yeah, I don't want you here. Go inside. Mom comes outside. What's the problem? I told your son to go in the house because I don't want anybody sitting out here. And I told his friend to go home, and he's giving me lip. I said, well, I was like, well, I wasn't giving you lip. I said, plus, my mother knows who you are. My mother has rented from you since I could remember, since I was a child. So why do you have animosity towards me if I'm basically telling you that we're just hanging out, like we're just chilling? So he basically tells me, if I ever see you here again, if I ever see you walking on my property, I will call the police on you. So now I gotta get my mother involved. But my mother didn't want to handle it herself, so she called my dad. So my dad gets involved. My dad basically goes around the street to the apartment complex, knocks on the office door, and has a little sit-down meeting with the guy. He basically told him, in short, I don't like how you spoke to my son. I would like for you to apologize, or there will be consequences, basically, because unbeknownst to this guy, yeah, he was power tripping. Ty, he was power tripping. So, unbeknownst to the property owner, my father is an ex-gangster, ex-drug dealer, and my dad, since I could remember, always keeps a .22 revolver on his ankle, his right ankle, always. So when he told the property manager, if you don't apologize to my son, it's going to be some issues. So the guy got irate. He was like, you know what I mean, blah, blah, blah. My dad said, look, I don't know if you understand this, sir. He said, I'm being real nice. I'm not trying to revert back to who I used to be. He said, I'm a good dude now. I don't do what I used to do anymore. But this is one thing I want to tell you. You're in danger right now if you don't go and apologize to my son. He's standing right outside this door. I need you to apologize or it's going to get bad for you, man. Like, I'm trying to tell you. Just apologize. So he's wanting to get irate. Well, get out my fucking office. Blah, blah, blah. My dad was like, you know what? He goes to his right. This is what my dad told me when I got older. He goes to his right ankle. He lifts his pant leg up. He then thinks about what he's doing. He puts his pant leg back down and says, you know what? You right. My son will never come on your property again. As long as I'm here living on this earth, he'll never come on your property again. So dad opens up the door. I'm like, so what's up? He said, come on, son, let's go. So I said, well, dad, like, what's going on? He said, nah, don't worry about it because it's cool. I was like, all right. So my dad says, go ahead and walk home. So I started getting a little scared. I'm like, Dad, what you about to do? He said, yo, just go home. So I see my dad reaching for his pant leg, and I go, just come on, yo, like it's not even that serious. He was like, he said, Mark, do you understand that this man, he said, although he was in the right, he still disrespected you. He said, yes, you are on his property, but you don't understand. He said, and this is the first time he ever told me this about him being in the streets. He said, do you know who the fuck I am? He was like, motherfuckers don't disrespect me. He was like, the reason why I carry this gun on me is because every so often I gotta revert back to who I was. I gotta hustle every now and again just to make ends meet. He was like, but one thing I do not tolerate is people disrespecting me. He said, since you're my child, he's still disrespecting me. So I gotta handle this. I said, nah, Pop, it's not even worth it. Let's just go home. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can, we can go to dinner or something, let's just cool off. He was like, he said, all right. He said, but just know, I always got your back, and just know I will use this motherfucker if I have to. If anybody disrespects you again, you understand me? I said, yeah, Pop, I understand me. Just put it back on your ankle and let's just go home. He was all right. So we walked back to my house. And my mom's like, so is everything all right? He said, yeah, I just told Marcus that I don't want him back over there. So my mom looked at me and said, don't go back around there unless, your friend calls you and says, come over to the house. She said, but go this way, like basically telling me, because it's like a cut way I could go from my house to his, like just like straight ahead or whatever. So she said, but go this way over there. Don't go the way that you used to around the corner. So long story short, and bring this to a close, if my dad would have done what he had done, he would have been doing some time as well, like the property manager did with the young children. So, what's going on? I believe Ben Crump is involved with this. So he's gonna get the mom some money. And the woman's in jail, thankfully, so she can't be a menace to society anymore. And hopefully she'll probably get no more than maybe, I don't know. She'll probably get all of me. Well, she's in federal prison, so possibility that she might do all of maybe a year, maybe 2 years, maybe. So, just whatever. Just anybody out there who has kids and anybody out there who is a property manager, make sure nobody touches your kids and make sure you keep your hands to yourself. All right. Now, all right. That was long. Anyway, if you are having a good time and creating no problems on the property, I do not see the reason for an issue. Well, I understand what you're saying, Ty, but like the neighborhood I used to live in, it wasn't a high crime area. Like I like how some people like to say like, well, this area is a high crime area. This is the reason why this and that. Not untrue. Like my area wasn't a high crime area, although police used to patrol my neighborhood a lot, only because I lived around a lot of people who dealt drugs. So, what I'm saying, they standing out on the street corner, what I'm saying, getting their money, what I'm saying, but it's like yeah, cops would come through, maybe, tell them to get off the street or whatever, quit hanging, quit loitering and all that, but it's like the area that I lived in, no gunshots, no murders. Well, gunshots every now and again, but no murders, no stabbings, no anything, no robberies, no nothing. None of that happened in my neighborhood. It wasn't a high crime area, but since my neighborhood was made up of basically just African Americans, that was just one part of my neighborhood. Like I live in one part of my neighborhood. It's 3 parts to my neighborhood, and then it's like 4 other urban areas, they would say, in the small town I live in. So basically, Elkton patrol cars. I said my damn town name. The police department in my town will go to these areas and patrol them all the time. So when I was little, I used to count. How long it would take a police to get to my particular street I would, just to count it, and how long they would stay and how long it would take for another patrol car to come through. So basically, it was every 30 minutes for 15 minutes. So cops would come through. It would take them. It would be 30 minutes that the next car would come, but each car would stay in the neighborhood for 15 minutes. So, high drug trafficking area. I guess they wanted to book the suspects or whatever. I don't know. So, say that to say basically, keep your hands off people's children because either that mother could have been my dad, or he could have did what I asked my dad to do. Just let's go. And obviously, the mother chose right. She's suing. Woman's in jail. Good thing. All right. So moving on from that, I don't want to spend that long of a time on that, but if you guys haven't seen this yet, old Teflon Don got his mugshot taken. Oh, and it's everywhere right now. Everybody's talking about it. I know you've seen it. To be honest, I seen this video. It was this dude. I think he held like a rally for Trump yesterday or a couple days ago. It was a black guy from Georgia, and he had a shirt that read "Niggas for Trump 2024." So I was laughing. I said, "That's pretty fucking funny. Like, I want that shirt." But people are making Trump's mugshot into like an album cover. So what I want, like, just for shits and giggles, is the I want the mugshot that's in the album form or whatever, that the album variant of the mugshot. I want that shirt, but on the back, I want that guy saying on the back, "Niggas for Trump 2024." So I hope somebody sees this that knows me and gets that for my birthday that's coming up in October. So that's one of the presents that I want, is that shirt. But it has to be exactly how I said it. The album, the mugshot that looks like an album cover with "Niggas for Trump 2024" on the back, and then also on the front, just create like a track list of like the songs or whatever. So like, it could be like shit that he says, like fake news, or what else does he say? Fake news. I hate Rosie O'Donnell, Sleepy Joe Biden. Just come up with a track list or whatever. Anyway, moving on. So that has been today's small banter portion of the day. All right. Now, moving on to the main topic of tonight. This is what you guys came here for. This is what you came to see. So the main topic of tonight's overview is Fresh and Fit Podcast gets the boot from YouTube. So if you guys have been chilling underneath of a rock, last Saturday, I believe. Yeah, it was Saturday. Either Friday or Saturday of last week. Fresh and Fit comes on, does their stream, but they have bad news for us. So hold on, Ty. I see you. You said Trump represents an oncoming I guess you meant authoritarian or authoritarian form of government that is coming because people are tired of this rampant crime and everyday American support. Everyday Americans support it. I know what you're talking about. A lot of people are tired of what's going on in this country or whatever. So, Niggas for Trump 2024, I guess. Anyway, so they had some bad news to basically tell their viewers that YouTube is giving them the boot. So, so the article that I will be reading to you guys tonight, I have 2 articles tonight on this. But the first one, I got it from HNHH, which I think stands for hip hop, or hold on, something hip hop, or news hip hop. Can't remember what the first H stands for, but it doesn't really matter. So the title is Fresh and Fit host cries after the YouTube partner program kicked them out, allegedly. So for those of you who consume Red Pill content, you probably know about Fresh and Fit. The show host by Myron Gaines and Walter Weeks, who has grown quite a bit in popularity. Overall, the show is known for bringing on women and subsequently belittling them for their worldview. Typically, they will bring on women who they know they can beat in a debate. This subsequently paints a narrative to their audience that all women think a certain way. It's pretty juvenile in nature, but it is extremely successful. Yes, it is. It is very successful. In the past, the show has had to deal with some YouTube-related issues. A few months ago, the platform demonetized them for 7 days. Eventually, they were able to start making money again. The whole reason for that, if you guys don't know, is because they went against YouTube's policy. YouTube policy is the reason why they got demonetized for 7 days, because they issued copyright strikes to like hundreds of YouTube channels that basically were critiquing them and talking about them. That's a no-no. If you don't have a good enough claim to copyright somebody, then you can suffer the consequences for sending somebody a copyright strike that basically is that basically has no merit to why you're doing it. So they got their monetization back after that 7 days. I believe they couldn't stream for those 7 days as well. And these fools, they got a damn lawyer and all kinds of shit. Like, they got a lawyer. They was gonna sue people for using their content. But unbeknownst to them, they don't know about fair use. Of which, basically on YouTube, their fair use policy is very vague. They basically state in short that you have to make the content of what you're using transformative. Basically, anything can be transformative. I can sit here while a video's playing on my screen here and make a face, or I can do like a motion, oh my gosh, or whatever. Other than that, that makes it transformative. Like, it's taking the original content and building on top of it, which doesn't make it which isn't in its original form anymore. So with that being said, everybody who, I won't say everybody, I will name a few, like Playback, Abba and Preach, I believe some people, well, those are only 2 people that I know offhand, but it was a lot of other people. I think like LTTV and some other folks got copyright strikes, of which some of these channels were taken down. But for the people who's been on YouTube for some years and they know the ins and outs of YouTube, they was able to get the copyright strikes off because they did it to several of their videos, of however many people that they did it to. They did it to several of their videos. So, with them doing that, they basically got suspended. When they got suspended, they had to issue an apology, not only to the people, but I think they had to write like a email or like an apology email to YouTube or some shit. I don't know. I could be making this up. I don't really know too much about it because I don't really watch Fresh and Fit. Like I told y'all before, there's like a new hot popular YouTuber. I'll give them a month of my time. If they don't grab me within that month, I'm unsubscribing and is nothing to see here anymore. So, Fresh and Fit was one of those people, or one of those channels that I would watch, and I saw I wasn't getting anything out of it, so I'm like, oh, well, all right, well, fuck it, I don't need to watch them. And with that being said, I haven't watched them since, other than when shit happens like this. So, however, according to the lead attorney on YouTube, it seems like the podcast has been hit with a harsher fate. What is that fate? The YouTube, or YouTube, I put the YouTube for some reason, is claiming that the podcast was taken off of the YouTube partner program. Let's get a round of applause. I don't even have a round of applause. Let's do a DJ horn for that. And let's get a Nelson's laugh in there. Man, this shit is hilarious. Yeah, Ty, so basically, YouTube is like, what you say? Basically, YouTube is like, you can say what you want, but you have to be responsible for what you say, basically. But you can't even really say what you want, because they have a guideline of what you can talk about and what you can't talk about. Like this. I'll give you an example, Ty. They have it to where we can talk about like the pandemic and the jab and all that, but if you get too nuanced with it, they can basically put a strike on your video. Also, if you want to talk about what's going on in that faraway land that President Biden is attached to, that's next to the land that America doesn't like right now, or one of the lands America doesn't want right now. Right now, you can also catch a strike for that as well. So you basically have to watch basically, this is what happens. This is what I'm talking about right now. They don't really care, but I can be downranked for it because they probably don't see this as family friendly content. Basically have to make family friendly content down on YouTube. In other words, you got to talk about Barney on here now. That's the reason why it's a lot of people jumping ship, going to Rumble. What's the new one? Kick. People are going to Kick now. People are finding other places such as like Locals and what's some other spots now that people are going? Locals. Some people are going to Discord. Now that you can get paid on Twitter, some people are going to Twitter with their stuff, like Tucker Carlson. So, it's just a lot of things that you got to worry about when you're doing a show, because, YouTube don't want you talking about a lot of stuff anymore, and it's sad. But, so with what I'm about to talk about, or what I'm about to show you guys right now, is the very video, which I'm getting it from BJ Academics, but this is I'm giving you guys clips, but this is when Fresh and Fit basically lets their audience know what's going on with their situation.
Like people don't want you guys to get this message, dude.
Even Rumble's under attack too,
Bro,
for everybody.
Yeah, they're trying to shut Rumble down.
I think at some point there was free speech where it was like, okay, you know what?
Yeah.
Say what you got to say. We won't crucify you. But nowadays, free speech is kind of like, is it even a thing? I mean, not really.
And and I've already put a considerable amount on my.
Honestly, it is a thing to where you can't have free speech here on this platform. Like, it's sad that you basically have to watch your mouth, which I don't mind watching my mouth. It's just that because I don't own this platform. Like, in no way, shape, or form do I own this platform. Like, I can get kicked off. To be honest, I could be shadow banned on YouTube because it's not a lot of people that come through here. Like, maybe 1 or 2, maybe 5. The most I've gotten on the stream is 8. All my views come after the video's done. After I put the end videos, like the videos that pop up at the end, my chapters, the banners that come at the top when I'm promoting other videos for you to go and watch. Like, after all that, that's when all of my views come in. Like, I rarely get like 100, 200 people in here right now, which this is popular. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody wants to get everybody's opinion about this, but so y'all do me a favor, share my link right now to your social media and tell people to come and storm on through here and let's talk about this. I have a link that you can come up here and talk to me with. I have a phone number, but I will not be answering the phone as of now. But, it's just YouTube is a commercial commodity now. It's not like a decade ago where you could talk about anything. Like, you could basically find anything on this platform, such as conspiracy theories, black empowerment, even white empowerment stuff. You can find damn near anything on here on YouTube. But since those ad dollars started rolling through, they gotta adhere to these corporations. So if the corporation doesn't want their ads being put on certain videos, probably such as my own, because I cuss every so often. I talk about things that aren't that family friendly. So if you guys don't have YouTube Premium, you probably won't see an ad on this video at all, which is good on my part because I'd rather YouTube not make money off. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this just as a hobby, which I would like to start making money from it, but I'm being stifled because I'm not being likes ain't getting put on when people are watching. People aren't sharing my content. I can only do but so much. But this ain't even about me. Fresh and Fit. So they basically was telling everybody what was going on. So let's continue that video.
Money into the new studio for you guys. I already put it in. I'm like all in, you know what I mean? And it's okay. I'm never gonna say, I'm doing this, blah blah blah, and I hate doing this. I love doing this. I'd be lying to you guys if I didn't say I didn't love doing this. I left a job that I truly loved to do this, right? Because I shouldn't be admitting this, but saving children, right? That was great, but saving you guys is better.
You don't get your bitch ass out of here. What the fuck is he talking about? Saving kids is cool, but saving you guys is better. What? Like, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? How's it that saving some incels that basically pay for the OnlyFans model content that you bring on your show, all those bimbos that be around y'all on y'all show, after the show's done, they pay them money for showing up. Probably, I don't know how much they paying them, but they're like I think they're like in the top 5 of popular shows because they stream every night. They stream every night except for Saturdays and Sundays, I believe. But from Monday to Friday, they're streaming and they're getting paid. They make upwards of. Let me bring that up. Where's it at? Let me type in Fresh and Fit. Hold on, it could be right here. Okay, let me see if they're in here. They probably got taken down. Let me just type their names in. Okay. This is a website called Playboard. It basically shows us like the amount of money that each live streamer makes on average, right? On average, if you see that number up there that says Super Chat, maybe I can enlarge it. So this is what they make overall. Like I think within the past 3 years that they've been on, they've averaged $1,528,608. That's just within the past 3 years that they've averaged every year. Now let's break it down. Let's break it down of how much they get on average every night, right? So, where was that chart at that I see? Maybe if let's see. Super chat revenue. Let's go in here. Maybe it give us a better understanding. All right, so excuse me, this bar graph right here. So this is just within the past few weeks, right? On Monday, August 7th of this year, Fresh and Fit, if you can't see the number, I'm in the way. They made on that show $584. This is basically probably one of those unpopular shows that they have where they talk serious, like, getting money and, stuff like that. Okay, so the higher numbers would be there are shows where they're talking to the bimbos. So that Wednesday, they made an average that night of $1,870. And this is just in super chats. This isn't in AdSense money at all. This is just super chats. Friday night, which is probably every Friday streamer's big night if they're streaming, playing video games, doing a podcast, whatever. This is the amount of money that they made that night, $3,182. So moving on to that following week, their Monday show, which this is probably the show where they have the bimbos, they made $2,803. And then that Wednesday, they made $2,732. So we can see what shows they're getting the most super chat money. We don't even know how much AdSense money that they're getting on average. We can probably go on the Social Blade for that to see how much on average they make on a video. So, let's see. Revenue for total revenue, I guess, for the month of or between because YouTubers get paid either the 21st or the 22nd of every month. So from the 21st or 22nd, which starts the pay period, onto the next month, they averaged $11,747 that month. And that's wild. On average, every night they was getting $1,175. That's just on average that they got, right? So from when they told us, which was last week, on the 18th or 19th, this is what it's showing. $584 on that Monday, I believe. Yes. That Tuesday they made $5. This probably was one of those interview shows that they had that nobody watches. That subscribed to them. Then they made that Wednesday, I believe. Yes, that Wednesday, the $1,870. Then the next day they did another big interview show that nobody watched. They got $96 in super chats in that. And then when they was talking to the bimbos, they got $3,182, right? And then the money stopped on the 18th, which was last Friday. So last Friday they came to they hopped on stream and was like, hey y'all, this is what's going on. And I will play the rest of the video in just a moment. But Fresh and Fit, I believe, is in what percentile are they in when it comes to live stream? Let's go to that. I think this is just counting their revenue overall. Oh no, this is their concurrent viewers. Let's see. Video summary, emotions. Does it show what percentile they are in? I believe Social Blade shows us that. I don't feel like going over there, but anyway, y'all get the picture of how much on average they make on average on a stream, and they getting big money. You know what I'm saying? Like those boys is over there doing their thing. Like I can't knock them for that. I can knock them for their stupidity, but I can't knock them for how good they hustling over there. Like it's amazing what they're doing over there. Anyway, let's continue with the video, and here we go.
Saving children, right? That was great, but saving you guys is better.
So my boy got teared up, started crying off screen. Cause
yeah, man, this is tough, bro.
Because when they started to stream, Fresh was like, "Is this the end, bro?" Like, it's like they're. I think they're all. No, I think they got kicked off of what the hell is that streaming platform called? Twitch. They got kicked off Twitch, but they're on Kick, I believe. And now that they got demonetized here off of YouTube, it's still Rumble. Like, as long as your locals account is connected and you're generating content over there, if you got viewers, if you got subscribers, you're making money. People can send you Rumble rants over there, which is the equivalent to super chats over here. So they're making money. It's just that now they have to then now pull all of their viewers that they got from YouTube over here. I mean, over on Rumble. So, from what I understand, when it comes to even just being a content creator overall, if you're on a different platform, it's hard to pull your audience to another platform. Like, it's just hard. So they probably will be experiencing a pay cut, probably. They also have to work out, when does Rumble pay their content creators. They'll have to figure that out now as well. And also, with that being said, they also have to figure out a new strategy of what they're going to do now. Because y'all have been selling courses. I don't know if y'all still do that, which was a bunch of foolishness. How's guys that are basically proclaiming to be on the player side of things, like myself, how are these guys claiming that they sleep with all these women, but they have no woman to show for it? Like, yeah, Fresh has came up onto their platform and fronted for everybody, like, yeah, this is my new girl. She was on my yacht. We was chilling, yada yada yada, whatever. But come to find out, every girl outed him. Like, nah, I wasn't with that dude. Like, he would pay me. Like, we would hang out. He'll pay me, whatever. And then there's Fit Myron. This nigga had a pregnancy scare with a bitch. He basically had a chick damn near sue him for lying on her. Because he basically propositioned her, like, look, you want to come on my show? We gotta fuck first. Like, every girl fucks me that comes on my show. Like, every girl that I invite on here, I fuck them first. And if you want to come on the show and collab, do some content, we gotta fuck first. And Shorty almost sued Myron. And also, I believe Shorty had just had a baby or was about to have a baby. And, all that stress was causing her to have some complications. So I can understand why she was about to sue, because, you fucking up her pregnancy. You know what I mean? But the baby's here now, thank God. But this is what happens, right? Now, it says in here that he had some people on that he wasn't supposed to have on his platform. That was Sneeko, Nick Fuentes. I'm not sure if they got to Andrew Tate before he got banned off of YouTube or after. Not sure, because I don't follow him. But you had Nick Fuentes on your platform while streaming. He's saying ridiculous shit when it comes to black people, Jewish people, any type of race you think about, he was talking about them on the stream. Had him on there more than once. I think he was there for a week or so. He had him on there for a full week. He's just on there just talking shit the whole time, just talking shit. And they had to feel the wrath eventually. And I say that to say this because Nick Fuentes has been banned off of YouTube. I believe he's been banned off of damn near any platform you think of, other than Rumble. I believe. I think he can do Rumble now, but other than that, it's like the man's not supposed to be here. So why do you have him on his platform? It's like uh I kind of follow Tommy Sotomayor. If you guys know who Tommy Sotomayor is, he was a real prominent YouTuber during when there was no money to be made here. He was up here making content. After a while, women started getting sick of his content to where he started to get death threats, and women was reporting his videos to the point to where YouTube, same thing, stopped it, demonetize him when it was able to monetize. They cut his monetization, and then they kicked him off the platform. Now he's came back several times after that, but they banned him off of here. So it's like he was here when he wasn't supposed to be here. So every time he started a new channel, it just kept getting taken down to the point to where he said, "Fuck it." Good thing Rumble is here now. He can stream over there. His audience is over there now, and he's having the time of his life again. He's back into the swing of how he used to do his shows back in the day. He's interviewing people, giving his commentary on current events. He's making content of what he thinks about certain things. He's back in the swing of things as if he was back on YouTube. But it goes to show that when you make content that people are basically, or when you make content that the platform doesn't like, then that's when you start experiencing some bullshit when it comes to this platform. So with that being said, it's like, what else do you guys not understand? Like, they've been getting away with this for years. Like, ever since they got big, it's been situation after situation after situation. Like, kicking women out to where it was getting violent, to where a girl pulled a gun out on Myron, to where their security guard had to break up a fight between some girl and Tommy Sotomayor, to where they was getting their door kicked in by an ex-employee that they had to draw a gun on. It's like it's getting out of hand. And a lot of people has said this about them. Yo, you guys have a platform, which means you have a responsibility to entertain, not only just entertain your audience, but make sure that your audience understands what is good and what is bad about whatever the hell that you're talking about. When it comes now to where people are getting violent on your show, there's fights happening. You got neo-Nazis on your show talking shit about different races. When you got people on your platform that isn't supposed to be on the YouTube platform within itself, and you guys have them on there, it's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? It's like, yeah, it's cool. You're making content, you're collabing with people that you agree with. I'm not knocking none of that. But when it comes to that shit happening, when it comes to where you're denigrating women because, we're trying to save men from these women, it's like, okay, cool. You're trying to show men that a certain group of women are bad to even be around at all, let alone hang around with. But you're not showing them the flip side. Like, okay, there's this woman that's an OnlyFans model, gets invited on dates by NBA players, NFL players, businessmen, what have you. This is the type of, and she fucks every last one of them, gets paid, prostitutes herself. You can see her naked on OnlyFans. She always has her booty out on Instagram. This is the type of woman you shouldn't be around. But there isn't a flip side to where, well, this is the type of woman you should be around. This woman is educated. She has a PhD. Ain't that something that Kevin Samuels hated? I'm about to bring his ass up in a minute. She makes such and such every year. She wants kids. She wants to be married. She wants to be subservient to her husband and only her husband. She wants to be loyal. There's no flip side whatsoever. Such as if when I critiqued Kevin Samuels, he always shows you this is what a high value man is. High value man is worth this, up to that. High value man likes to have other high value men around them. Such and such, blah 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 blah. Okay, you're showing them what they can be. I'm sorry, said that wrong. You're showing them what they should be, but you're not showing them what they can be. There's no interviews with other high value men that he had. There was no round table talks of him and other high value men talking about this is how they got their millions or whatever. None of that. Selling you basically a pipe dream, basically. Just like Fresh and Fit was doing when they're selling courses, inviting their fans to come party with them and shit like that. It's like you're selling people pipe dreams. Like you have no... You steady can read statistics off the women about dating, but you can't then give your audience that same it's disrespect at this point because their audience is basically shoveling money to them and they're not getting anything out of what they're donating to their favorite content creator. It's like, what are you doing here? Like, I critique them having courses. I believe they were selling them for like $700, right? Out of that $700, what success stories do you have? Such as, like I said this about Kevin Samuels, when people will say, Kevin Samuels has saved so many lives. He's gotten so many people together and married. It's like, can he please show his work so people can know exactly what the hell's going on? Because I'm not seeing it. Yeah, y'all can say, yeah, he does this, he does that. Tom, I'm going to get to your comment in a minute. But he's not showing his work. Like, picture math class back in high school, or just picture math class in general when you was in middle school and high school. What was one thing that they always asked you to do? Show your work. Right? They're not showing their work. So, I'm saying they don't have to, but it would make them look a little better under the people who do critique them about the shit that they say. If they show anything that accompanies what they're talking about, people can then say, I can say this about them, but they did show me that, right? And it's like, you know, I can come on here and say the same damn thing. Well, yeah, Fresh and Fit did this, but when they did that, I can't critique them there. But they're basically punching bags at this point for anybody who wants to punch on them right now. Like, they did something entirely stupid that everyone knows, hey, everybody fucks up, but nobody fucked up as much as y'all did. Especially on here. You guys dropped the money bag. Y'all was getting millions of dollars, or not millions of dollars, but $1 million a year in super chats alone. That's not even, we're not even talking about how much they get in ad revenue. That's even if ads do play on their videos. But we're not even talking ad revenue. We're just talking super chats. So, I don't know, man. So Ty said, yep, Tommy is on Rumble, but he is surviving strictly off of donations, not like he had it on YouTube. Well, I don't think Tommy's just surviving off of just donations. He is a smart dude. He does make investments. He does, he knows how to make his money work for him, I would say. You know, off of just what he just, what he spoke about of how he invests his money and stuff like that. All right, I believe him when he says I invest my money and I get returns on that. Blah 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 blah. He's in the stock market. Cool. He had a business that he sold. Maybe he's living off of that as well as with what he's making on YouTube and his investments. Like, I don't know. I'm not watching his pockets, to be honest. Anyway, let's get back to the video, and then we'll get back to the article.
Because we put our lives into this, we didn't miss a day, honestly. It's tough. We gave up so much to give you guys value. So, yep. It's current status. But yeah, Chris, how you feeling, bro?
Okay, let's jump this to my next time stamp. See if I can get to it. All right, right there. Boom. All right, so setting this up, they tell us exactly what happened and why they're getting demonetized. Here we go.
Here, a job, it was stable. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. You guys know on my Fed Reacts, you guys see how I talk when I'm
timestamp possibly.
That's all we was capping, man.
Yeah,
that's all was a joke.
And we made moves on the side knowing that this could potentially happen.
Well, I think it's coming out.
And guys, the channel has been kicked off the YouTube partner program. Just keep it straight with
If you look right now, you can't even super chat or
you can't even super chat right now.
Yep.
So this is the beginning of the end of this era.
So we are in trolling chat. So
yeah. So you literally can't. Yeah, man. So it's so basically we're gonna figure out what's going on because we don't even really know all the details. We're working with YouTube to try to come to a middle ground and work together and figure this out. But for now.
We don't even know why.
We don't know the specific reason.
But we don't, in any form or fashion, hate YouTube or want to go at them. We're just saying, you know what? We wish we knew the reason why, but we respect, for them to use the platform and keeping us here for a while. And we appreciate it.
Yeah.
But
and the thing is that you guys know, right, on this pod, we push the edge, right? We push the envelope. We're not going to lie about that. Like, we give you guys the real deal when it comes to getting in shape.
So what the hell? What the hell just happened? My screen went black, but at the same time, oh shit, y'all didn't hear a full maybe 5 minutes of what the hell I said. All right, so basically what I was saying when you couldn't hear me was when Myron was talking about, that he going to be talking to YouTube to see if they can get back on the YouTube partner program. I basically said that I was basically saying that YouTube doesn't have to tell them anything because YouTube, it's their platform. They don't have to tell anybody who, because if you look at it, Fresh and Fit works for YouTube. When you work for a company, McDonald's, what have you, when you get fired, they can give you a reason, but to be honest, they don't have to give you a reason why they're fired. So, so I also was saying that, what the hell was I saying? Because I didn't even know my damn mic was off. Wait a minute, how long was it off? All right, so it probably was only for that portion of the show. All right, so I was basically saying when I was talking about YouTube and all of that, I was basically saying that I would like to, I was saying that YouTubers are going to other platforms such as Rumble, Kick. So some of them go to Twitch, the stream. Some go to locals and stuff like that. They go to other platforms, Patreon, OnlyFans. Some YouTubers go to OnlyFans. And I was basically saying that, I would like to start making money from, like to get a following and more subscribers and more viewers on my podcast or just my channel alone. Because I just don't do podcasts. I do game streaming as well. And I would like to create an audience, and then since YouTubers just don't have YouTube as just a main form of revenue, I said I would like to do a podcast maybe on OnlyFans because borrowing from Fresh and Fit, right? Not doing the same thing that they do, but borrowing from Fresh and Fit, right? Because I said that I like a podcast called The Devin Wade Show. I was basically saying that in the beginning of Devin Wade's show, you see dancers and they're shaking their butts and all that, and I would like to borrow from that as well. So what I was saying was, I would like to start making revenue from this, get a studio one day, and what I'm saying, like create a show like that, like an after dark show, to where instead of OnlyFans models, I got strippers. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm interviewing a guest, like Fresh and Fit would. I'm interviewing a guest. The girls can, the strippers can get on in the conversation. But at the same time, I'll have an intermission where, I'll pick a girl from the conversation. Like, all right, you can go get up on the pole and dance. You know what I'm saying? And then not only are you getting a show, and you can get also a show. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that you got to spend your own money with. I don't know if they do super chats over there on YouTube, not YouTube, on OnlyFans. But if you want to, you can throw some money at me. Donate to me, help my business, and I'll tell my guests, hey, bring some ones, homie. Like, bring some ones because got some strippers here. Because I'm not just smart, like I was saying. I'm a smart dude. But I grew up in the hood. Like, I like doing hood shit from time to time. So, you know what I mean? Like, I feel as though that is a good idea. Now, since I said that out loud, somebody will be stealing my idea of doing a after-hour show or just a podcast on OnlyFans in general, where they're borrowing from that show and borrowing from from this show and stealing my idea, to where they're talking to not only a guest, they're talking to strippers as well. And then they can be like, yeah, you can get up on the pole, what I'm saying, during intermission, or they all got a number or something like that. And they know when we take the second intermission, you're the second girl to go up on the pole. Either we throwing money or just my guests, or they bring a crew of they homies, or they got a crew of they homies, or I got a crew of my homies, and we just throwing money at the girl, and then sit back down after 3 to 4 minutes or so, or whenever the song's done, and we sit down and have conversation again. Like, okay, so when you made this song, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just something that I would like to do. If I start making revenue from this, I can reinvest in myself and do other things. That's all I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by something. I have no idea what the hell I was interrupted by. But anyway, moving on. So let me read this other part again. This part that I started out with when I came back to the article. So, moving forward, this means they won't be able to make money or be promoted by the platform. As you can see in the clip above that I played earlier, Myron Gaines was quite emotional about the whole thing. He was talking about the connection he has with his fans and how this tears him apart inside. He subsequently began to cry before leaving the set entirely. Overall, it was a bit of a surprising scene, especially since the Fresh and Fit guys promote stoicism. Numerous red pill shows are experiencing this same fate. Now let's stop there. Some of the red pill or manosphere critiquers are saying that Pearly Things is next. She is the next to go in this whole, I don't know, red pill space. She's the next to go. Now, I don't know why they would say that, but if you've been watching Pearly Things lately, she's been having a bit of some crazy takes lately. Basically, she says that women shouldn't vote. That's one of her talking points. Women. What else is some of her crazy takes? Women shouldn't vote. Women should stop being hoes, but you know everybody says that. I even say that. What else is she saying? That that women should endure. Basically, if they're being cheated on in a relationship, they should endure. If they're being hit, women should just endure. What else is she saying? That's a few things that she's saying in the whole situation. But a lot of the people who critique her are saying that she's possibly next on the chopping block, and that they might just move down they might just move right on down the line to mediocre tutorials and reviews. Melanie King. Who else? Antoine Daniels, the lead attorney. Who else? That's all I really know. That's in the Rollo Tomasi. Not judge, but Coach EO. You know, because you gotta remember, and Ty said it earlier, that this country is basically. Let me quote him exactly. Let me quote him exactly. He basically was saying that Trump, because I was talking about Trump earlier, whoever just came in. So he said Trump represents an oncoming authoritarian form of government that is coming because people are tired of this rampant crime and everyday Americans support it. So basically, he kind of had some typos in there. Basically, what he was saying is that the government within a whole is basically becoming authoritative. Like basically, censorship is happening. Censorship on free speech. They're trying to take guns out of the hands of gun owners or limit their use of firearms and how they can use firearms. Um, what else? Rampant crime is on an all-time high, as you can see on any social media platform. Just recently, you can see everybody that like all those guys, I guess in LA or just all over the country, to be honest. People ransacking stores and stealing shit and running out with it. We can basically blame Biden for all this because his policies on crime is too lackadaisical. $1,000 or up to $1,000 can basically get you a slap on the wrist if you steal anything. It's just a whole bunch of foolishness going on in this country, and a lot of people aren't really, or I won't say a lot of people on that are right wingers. They don't like the way that the direction that the country's going in. But let's bring this back to Fresh and Fit and the red pillars. So it most definitely could be, since Andrew Tate is going through what he's going through, right? He got kicked off of every platform known to the known universe. He can't go on any social media, any YouTube. He possibly can go on Rumble, depending on how they feel about him. I don't know. But Andrew Tate can't get his message out there because during the latter end of his message, he started to say, well, I'm about to embrace Islam. So after he said that, that's when he said that the Matrix is coming after him. So who else uses the Matrix metaphor? Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit uses that Matrix metaphor. They basically said on that show that night when they was talking about getting demonetized, they basically said that the Matrix is after them. Well, you see what happened to Andrew Tate. So could their same fate be just like Andrew Tate's? Hell, if Pearly Things is the next on the chopping block, what will be her fate? What will the establishment dig up on her? Who knows? Who knows what Pearly Things would have dug up on her if she is the next one to be on the chopping block. But Pearly Things basically is trying to pivot to more right-wing esque content. So she's been on Tim Pool, Hotep Jesus interview show, or Hotep Jesus interviewed her. Tommy Sotomayor interviewed her. Who else? I believe Valuetainment has interviewed her. And recently, sorry, I'm just bit my tongue. Just recently, she's been on the Piers Morgan show, and she has been really doing a really good job on there, for the simple fact that she's basically spewing those same bullshit talking points on there. So I don't know what else to say about it. Like, she's basically she's basically nosediving just like Fresh and Fit was. Now, although Fresh and Fit was in control of their nosedive, they didn't see the mountain that was underneath of the clouds. So, you know, the mountain hit them before they could get full control back up, full control of the plane, but they hit the mountain. So now they're demonetized, possibility that they could be canceled, and it is what it is. All right, so let's get back to this article because ever since I had that fuck up, I don't even know what the hell's going on. So anyway, so it should come as no surprise that this is happening right now, whether or not the show decides to go on. Remains to be seen. Through donations and fan support, they could certainly keep it going. However, without the support of YouTube, they could be in big trouble. But during streams on July 7th and the 10th, which went past midnight into July 11th, the show pivoted to full-blown Holocaust denial and extreme anti-Semitism. These themes were acknowledged in the title of the stream. One second. Okay, I see what happened. When I did it the last time, when I blew my nose the last time, I didn't turn my mic back on. So that's what happened. All right. Anyway, these themes were acknowledged in the title of the stream, which one called Nick Fuentes, Destiny Sneeko, and John Zerka debate the JQ, basically the Jewish question. And the other Holocaust debate prompts Matrix to end show. The JQ, or the Jewish question, is a anti-Semitic framework that posits the Jewish diaspora as a problem that needs to be solved. It provided a pretext for Nazi government to undermine the freedoms of Jewish Germans, according to the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum. During one of the streams featuring Fuentes, Myron Games bragged, we're the biggest platform that talks about the JQ. No one else will do it. Well, see what happened. All right, moving forward. Did the Fresh and Fit podcast get canceled? So Walter and Myron took to social media with bad news for fans in August of 2023, which was August 18th to be exact. In an emotional Rumble video, the pair confirmed that their show had... What the hell happened? What is this video? Anyway, let's keep going. Walter, blah, 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 where am I at? Rumble pair confirmed that the show had to be kicked out YouTube partner program. While the show hasn't been canceled, Walter and Myron won't get paid to post their podcast videos on the platform anymore. The two said the reason why YouTube made the decision is unclear, but is probably has something with the violation of platform's terms of service on more than one occasion. See what I'm saying? I said that exactly, that it was because they violated terms of service. Like, you can't violate terms of service. All right? That said, they're putting up a fight to keep the Fresh and Fit podcast going. When you guys send your DMs and say, yo, you saved my life. Yo, he sent me a picture of your credit score. Yo, my girl's making sandwiches now, or whatever it is. right? Myron asked in the video, we've helped a lot of guys from completing unaliving themselves, from making a really bad decision. What I'm asking you guys is just like we've saved you guys, we need you guys to save us. Damn, dog, like grow some balls. Like why you begging people? We need you guys to support us. He pleaded. Guys, it's gotten to the point now where even where we shoot the location doesn't want us to stay here. Yeah, I didn't want to fucking have to say that shit. Myron went on, adding that he quit a job he truly loved to give his all to Fresh and Fit. Now let's stay there. Let's get into that. Myron, I believe that's your apartment that you guys shoot the show in. If not, you in Walter's apartment. You know what wasn't in your leasing agreement? Doing a podcast. Now you can do a podcast in your house. It's just that you gotta remember, if you're doing the podcast at your house and you're inviting upwards of, let's say, 20 people into your house, you gotta remember one thing. You have neighbors, y'all are being loud, and you're also shooting your podcast at what? At night. Well, most people are asleep at night. Most of your problems has happened at night. People kicking your door in, being loud, people fighting in your house, being loud, women cussing you out, being loud. I'm pretty sure you have a noise ordinance on your lease as well. So why the fuck would you then be surprised that you're getting kicked out of your apartment? Makes no sense. Makes entirely no sense. Like, how is it that one person would think to themselves, oh, I'm doing this podcast, I'm getting the rent paid, I'm getting the rent paid, but it's like, but you're breaking every single agreement that you made in your leasing agreement, which makes no sense. So, I don't know. Maybe you should shuck it up and shut the fuck up because nobody cares. Anyway, let's keep going. So basically, it gets into saving people's lives was children's lives was cool, but saving you guys' lives is even better. So moving on. So basically, now they're asking for their Rumble users to pay them $5 a month because the podcast was expensive to run. They got employees. They got their producer that they pay. They got the bouncers that they pay. I'm pretty sure they have an editor, possibly, that edits their personal videos and whatever videos that they put on to Fresh and Fit clips. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got employees. They got to pay them too. So, if you guys... this shit sounds like a fucking... This shit sounds like one of those commercials, of the not evangelist, anyway, those commercials where they're like, if you pay 5 cents a day, you can feed a child. That's basically what they're doing right now. If you pay us $5 a month, you can help feed us and run our podcast. Okay, you got investors now. You know what you got to deal with investors? Abide by their rules. Crazy, right? Okay, um, so Gaines and Weeks said they would be on Rumble, but would keep posting on YouTube as long as they could. A YouTube spokesperson confirmed to Insider Fresh and Fit and all other channels that may be owned or operated by Gaines and Weeks has been suspended from the YouTube program. We've suspended the Fresh and Fit channel from the YouTube partner program for repeated violations of our policies, including our advertiser friendly guidelines and community guidelines, they said. So, the internet responds to Fresh and Fit's podcast getting kicked out of YouTube's partner program. So, this says Fresh and Fit's cancellation comes to no surprise to critics. After all, their content isn't exactly advertiser friendly. In the past, they've been guilty of racism, colorism, misogyny, and so much more. Needless to say, very few people had sympathy for their downfall, which I really didn't give a fuck. On Twitter, one user wrote, Fresh and Fit's Myron Gaines is crying because they can't make no more money from YouTube. That's karma right there, clown. Fake alpha male pretending to teach men how to make money and get girls. They're lucky YouTube didn't shut your channel down completely. They added. So, Tree of Logic took a moment to reflect on the duo's most cringeworthy moments. So she says, never forget that Myron Gaines, aka Amru Fudel, damn, that's Myron's real name? Amru? Kept telling his audience that since women are emotional, we can't be good leaders. This RuPaul reject literally cried like a baby on Fresh and Fit podcast after losing monetization. So who's the emotional one now? She wrote in another post. In an announcement, Myron said it's the beginning of the end of an era, and boy, are we glad. Well, you see, people are, they don't really give much of a fuck about these guys. And I don't blame them. You know what I'm saying? I don't fucking blame them. And I don't give too much of a fuck about them either. But I will say it is sad that these dudes lost monetization because this can happen to anybody. If I get monetized, this could happen to me. So, most I have to say about this is you always got Rumble, you always got Facebook, you always got wherever else you can make money at for your podcast. So I guess stream to those avenues and get to making that money, because y'all don't start making money from these platforms again, I don't know what the fuck y'all gonna do. But I guess we will see, huh? All right. So moving on. So I spent a lot of time on that. So these next two random topics of the night, I will just play the videos and then give my critique to it. All right. So tonight's random topics overview is nurse murders baby with no remorse, and Michael Oher wants his money from the Tuohys. So, if you guys don't know anything that I'm talking about, so last week I brought up a video about
Lucy Letby will
about a doctor who decapitated a baby during childbirth. Okay, so there's a nurse from the UK who was murdering babies because she wanted to do it. I'm not even bullshitting with this. She actually did it because she wanted to do this shit. And let me find her let me find her her explanation, not her explanation, but yeah, right here, because I'm gonna say this after the video plays. But yeah, she basically did this on her own cognizance, and she did it because she wanted to do it. So let's find out exactly what this is all about.
Nurse Lucy Letby will spend the rest of her life behind bars for murdering 7 newborn babies and trying to kill another 6, a judge ordered on Monday. She's Britain's most prolific serial child killer in modern times. The 33-year-old murdered the 5 baby boys and 2 baby girls at the neonatal unit of Countess of Chester Hospital in northern England over 13 months from 2015. She injected the infants with insulin or air or force-fed them milk. Letby refused to leave the cells to hear the sentencing, delivered by Judge James Goss.
This was a cruel, calculated, and cynical campaign of child murder involving the smallest and most vulnerable of children, knowing that your actions were causing significant physical suffering and would cause untold mental suffering. You removed and retained confidential records of events relating to your crimes and checked up on bereaved parents. There was a deep malevolence bordering on sadism in your actions.
Some of those she attacked were twins. In one case, she murdered both siblings. In another, she killed 2 of 3 triplets. In 2 instances, she murdered one twin but failed in her attempts to kill the other. A handwritten note reading, "I am evil, I did this," was found during a police search of her home after her arrest. Whole life orders are very rare, and only 3 women in Britain have received such a sentence before. They include serial killers Myra Hindley and Rosemary West. The harrowing crimes committed by Letby, who was in her 20s when she carried out her killing spree, have horrified Britain. Earlier, the court heard emotional, heart-wrenching statements from the parents of those she murdered and tried to kill. The mother of one murdered baby boy said, "There is no sentence that will ever compare to the excruciating agony that we have suffered as a consequence of your actions."
All right, so her
I knew it was coming. I mean, it was a matter of
her explanation of why she did it. They read it in the video, but I will read it again. So she says, "I don't deserve to live. I killed them on purpose because I'm not good enough to care for them. I'm a horrible, evil person. And in capital letters, I am evil. I did this." So she basically admitted this. So let me give you some nuance, because to be honest, I really couldn't hear the video all that well. So she purposely did this, which I believe what in the article, I can't read it because I'm short for time. So the matter of fact, let me do this. We'll take a brief intermission, then we'll come back. All right. So 2 minutes. Let's do 2 minutes. All right, I am back. So, what I was saying, when it comes to what is this woman's first name? What is this woman's first name? Is it Jessica? What is it? What is her first? Oh, Lucy. So Lucy Letby, right? She basically, so I don't know if they explained this in the video, but I believe I read it, and I believe I looked at a couple videos before I made my pick of which one I wanted to use. She would go on to social media, right, of her patients, and I guess this is what I'm guessing, that her patients, right, she would I guess when the women were coming for their, their monthly checkups, so they can figure out what's going on with the baby or whatever, she would go on to these women's social medias, as well as the husbands, if the woman had one. I'm pretty sure they all did. And she basically was stalked their pages. So when it came time, so I'm guessing the women that she was stalking, I guess these women were at a high risk. They had high risk births. So, like they said in the video, she killed twins, she killed triplets. Even when she couldn't kill one baby, she would try it over again, whatever, by injecting insulin or poisoning a child with insulin, injecting air into the bloodstreams of babies. She would inject air into their stomachs, overfeed them. Like, she purposely did this, and she didn't have any remorse for it. So, all of this happened between 2015 up until maybe 2018. So, she's been scot-free for, I don't know. I don't know when she got caught, but it was a doctor. So when it came to, I'm guessing when these babies die, like the hospital board has to have a meeting with all parties involved. So that means nurses, nursing staff that was on that shift when the baby died, doctors who was on that shift when the babies died, and I believe like technicians and shit. I don't know. So basically, what she would do, she would blame what she did on other nurses. So when she would do that, it was one doctor. Plus, she had to explain like what happened to the doctor, and she would tell them exactly what happened. Like, I did this, I did that, I did everything that I was taught to do, and blah 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 blah. Right. So, with that being said, one doctor out of all of them started getting suspicious, and then he started to follow up on her work. So when that doctor followed up on a few of her patients and saw what was going on, he then called the police. Got her locked up, and now she just got sentenced. She's gonna do life in a London prison, and it's wild that she didn't think that the course of her actions was going to take her where she's at now. Like, she probably thought, oh well, I'm cool, you know what I'm saying, I can get away with this, but she didn't. And I'm glad she didn't get away with it because for the simple fact that you have these feminists out here and they say women are the most unprotected class in this country, blah blah blah, or in the world at all, right? I always say different. I say children are the most unprotected class in this world because it's monsters out here doing God knows what to kids all the fucking time. And we know this with the Epstein stuff. We know this with uh, child actors in Hollywood. They give their little spiel of what happened to them. This director, did this to me. This director did that to me. Whatever. This producer, whatever. And it's just sad. Like even kids in foster homes, they get abused. Like if you've read Tiffany Haddish's book, she recalls several times that she was sexually abused by her foster father. So it's kids are the most unprotected class in this world, and no one gives a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's to the point to where most states want to pass laws that allow women to abort children up to the point of birth. Are you fucking serious? Now, the red states, they have to where 15 weeks is the cutoff point of getting an abortion. After 15 weeks, all bets are off. But in the blue states, they wanted to have it to where, and I live in a blue state, they have it to where if you want to get rid of the child in any way, shape, or form, you can. Even up to birth, you can, or almost up to birth, you can get rid of the child. This shit is wild, yo. This shit is wild as fuck. This is the world that we live in. But I will say, she basically got 6 counts and was found guilty of murdering 4 babies. So I don't know what the exact 6 counts were. I don't know if they go over it at all. Let's see. 3 murders, 3 attempted murders, and cleared her on 1 attempted murder. That's crazy. You gotta remember, she was killing infants, like premature, like preemies that had like health issues. She was killing them. Now, to me, all bets are off. Like, honestly, why is it that someone can look at a child and in their evil heart, they can be like, I want to kill it. Like, that makes no sense to me. Like, I can understand if a person hurt a child and they want revenge. I can see hurting that person. but I can't see how you can look at a child with an just how can and she was evil. Like she said, she was evil. But I don't understand how someone can look at a child, an innocent baby, an innocent child, and just think of, I want to kill it. Like it's here for me to do it. Like why is it not okay for me to do this? Like how can somebody have that thought process in their head? I don't understand it. Now it says here, I guess you pronounce this, Cheshire Police said they were continuing to review the care of some 4,000 babies who were admitted to the Countess of Chester and also at Liverpool Women's Hospital when Letby had two work placements during her employment from 2012. So that means she was able to harm more than the children that we know of. Now, that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, man, that's what it is, man. Like, I hope she burns in hell. Honestly, I hope she burns in hell. So I will be going over the 2.5 hour. I usually try to do 2.5 hours. I will be going over that because this last topic that we will be getting into right now, where I'm talking about, this article is from the YouTube Sports, the Blind Side controversy. So you guys don't know what's been going on. Michael Oher found out earlier this year, in February to be exact, that the whole time that his perfect family that he got acquainted with when he was, I think, the age of 15, that they've been stealing from him this entire time since he's made it to college and since now. So we're talking, when did Michael Oher get drafted? Let's check that out. All right. Oher. Let me put draft here. So Michael Oher was drafted in 2009, and he was the 23rd pick in the NFL draft to the Baltimore Ravens. So we're talking 14 years they've been stealing from this dude. Now that's crazy. That's crazy. Now, we will be getting into this video and seeing what the son of the Tuohys has to say about all this.
I knew it was coming. I mean, it was a matter of time. I'm surprised that it happened the way it did.
Sean Tuohy and his son, SJ, whom he shares with his wife, Leanne, speak out after Michael Oher filed a lawsuit against them.
You protect his blind side. When you look at him, you think of me.
On Monday, Sean Tuohy Jr., who goes by SJ, opened up to Barstool Sports, saying this lawsuit was a long time coming.
I think when he stopped playing and everything kind of settled down, I think it built up over time for him.
Michael and the Tuohy family inspired the 2009 film The Blind Side after they took in the football star when he was young.
I'm a proud mother, obviously. I think I birthed him.
I want you to do whatever you want.
It's your decision, Michael. It's your life.
The couple is played by Tim McGraw and Sandra Bullock, who won an Academy Award for her role.
I love stories about passion and love, love of country, love of people, love of sport. It makes a good film.
I think that Sandra did a great job portraying me in it.
According to the 14-page filing, Michael's legal team claims he was manipulated into making the Tuohys his conservators less than 3 months after he turned 18 in 2004. A legal...
Okay, so basically stating, so if you saw the movie, right, it was that scene where Sandra Bullock played what's the lady's name? Leanne Tuohy, I think that's her name. Leanne? Is it Leanne? Yeah, Leanne. So it was that scene where she was at the country club with, I believe, her husband, and they was talking about how they could adopt Michael, but since he was turning 18 soon, it would be impossible. But in the state of Tennessee, and I will read this now. Let's see. Where's it at? So, multiple family attorneys in Tennessee told Yahoo Sports that the advice Sean and Leanne Tuohy got says he received was incorrect, and the Tuohys could have adopted Oher at 18 as long as they had his consent. As Nashville-based attorney Lisa Collins put it, adult adoption is allowed in Tennessee. It's been the same law since I started practicing 30 years ago. It's pheresis. I probably said that wrong as hell. Understanding that efficiency was a key reason that the Tuohys chose conservatorship over adoption. So, in other words, they could have adopted Michael as his own. But, as we all know, with the Britney Spears conservatorship, and that was a circus. Like, Britney Spears basically was being taken advantage of ever since she had that mental breakdown back in, what was it, 2004, 2005? Ever since she had that mental breakdown and she was shaving her head and you would see her pussy in damn near every TMZ article. Like, ever since then, when she got put on that conservatorship, and this happened, I believe, like right after she got divorced from that dude, I forgot his name. That's when she got into the conservatorship, and I believe her dad was in charge of it. So basically what a conservator is responsible for is, I think, taking care of like bills and like there's like a contract such as in Michael's in Michael's you know, whole thing with him, you know, they help guide him in his decisions to help him, you know, with the contracts, understanding the contracts and stuff like that. Like, even in, like, Michael said this himself. He said that he was disappointed in the portrayal that they did of him because they made him seem as though that he was a buffoon. And he said, this is from his, check this out. He said himself, I was playing 2 sports at the time when he met the Tuohys. he was a straight A student. He got honor roll all the time. But they made it seem as though in the movie that Michael was basically dumb and a mute. That's basically how they had him portrayed in the movie. And Michael was like, look, yo, it ain't nothing stupid about me. Like, and not only that, it made not only his his team look at him funny as if he couldn't read a playbook. It also made the management, coaches, the owner of the Ravens make him feel as though even probably at Ole Miss probably made it seem as though that he was stupid and he couldn't do certain things. And Michael was like, yo, I was able to read the contract well, understand it. I was able to position myself in a way with the stuff that I was doing, and like I don't know what the hell was going on, to the point to where with his new book, and he gets into this, he says basically just going over his life in the book and stuff like that, and like how he met the Tuohys and shit like that. And it's like, how can they lie about this? Like, why lie? Well, let's keep going with the video though.
Term the public's well versed in thanks to Britney Spears. Her 13-year conservatorship ended back in 2021.
What does she want to do once this conservatorship ends?
For the first time in about 13 years, that decision will be up to Britney and only Britney, and that's a great thing.
In the lawsuit, Michael claims he only learned in February that the documents he was asked to sign by the Tuohys, under the belief that it was part of the adoption process, were actually conservatorship papers that would strip away his legal rights.
If he says he learned that in February, I find that hard to believe. I went back to my text back in 2020, 2021 that they were like, if you guys give me this much, then I won't go public with things. I think everyone learned in the past year about the conservatorship stuff because of Britney Spears.
Although we don't have any evidence on that's what was said. But we can only take SJ's word for this, that's what was said, that Michael told them that if you break me off a piece, I won't go forward with this. But who's to say that's even true? That Michael even text that to any of them? Because you gotta remember, they got, I believe it was a 15 or 20% cut of the earnings of the Blind Side movie. They've written several books about this. Michael never got any of the money. None of it. From the movie earnings that the Tuohys received for being a part of the story. They didn't give him any money off of any of the book sales that they received from their book sales or the movie. And it's like, if this dude's lying, then why is he going so far to tell the truth about what actually is going on right now? Like, it's no reason for somebody to lie about this. No reason. So if SJ feels as though that he knew about all of this, and now that he's just now coming into the know of everything, then it's a possibility that he could be lying. But I don't think so. I think that Michael is well aware cognizant of all of his abilities to do whatever. And I believe that Michael is in line. Because you gotta look at it like this. If you're a star athlete, or let's say you saw someone like Michael, I believe Michael Oher is like 6'5". At the time when they met him, he was like 230 pounds or something like that. And like he said, he was already playing football. He was playing, I think he said he was playing baseball and whatever. And my whole thing is that, okay, maybe they went to a game, a football game of his. They saw the potential of him, and they were like, we should get that kid. We should, nurture him, love him, groom him up to be part of our family, and we should be able, to try to see if we can capitalize on him getting into our alma mater, Ole Miss, and possibly we should see if we can get him into the NFL. Because come on now, why would you take a kid into your home, nurture him, feed him, love him, if you didn't have an ulterior motive? An ulterior motive could have been far worse than what Michael Oher is experiencing now. He got money in the bank, got a new book, he's doing the rounds, he's signing books. And he then now finds out in February, I was made for a fool. They wanted to adopt me. What I thought was adoption papers were actually conservatorship papers, of which now I'm not in charge of my own life anymore, and I have to now deal with this. So that means, check this out. That means that, because I learned this with the whole Britney Spears thing. So with a conservator, they get a cut of your money. I think it's like somewhere between like 5 to 10% of your earnings. They get a piece of that, which means, and I probably this is what happened then. While Michael was in the NFL, was they getting a cut of his NFL money? Like, was they getting paid 5 to 10% because they was his conservators? For what? Like, what was they doing for him? Like, what exactly were they doing for him? Like, I don't understand what exactly they were doing for him. Like, what exactly was they doing for him? Like, for real? Like, other than pushing him in the right direction, or making phone calls to people that he would have never thought that they had connections with. Like what was really going on with all this? But I'm pretty sure SJ will tell us. So let's see what he has to say in this last minute and 40 some odd seconds that we got left.
That's the case.
Like Britney, Michael believes he lost money as a result of the conservatorship, alleging the family earned millions of dollars in royalties from the movie that he never received, and they continue to profit off his story. But SJ denies all that, claiming he's made just $60,000 to $70,000 over the course of the last 4 or 5 years. And in an interview with the Daily Memphian, SJ's dad says the family is devastated and adds that the allegations are upsetting, but they are going to love Michael at 37, just like they loved him at 16.
It wasn't like there was an agenda. He had a need. We recognized it.
Now Michael is asking the court to end his conservatorship and bar the family from using his name and likeness.
When you work as hard as I did, man, to have the credit go to somebody else, it rubs me the wrong way, you know?
Some people online are pointing out the timing of the lawsuit, claiming it was tied to the release of his book, When Your Back's Against the Wall, Fame, Football, and Lessons Learned Through a Lifetime of Adversity.
Truthfully, I read the book. I was a purchaser of the book. I supported it. If there's good truth in there. I don't know, coincidence or not, I mean, it seems obviously tough timing.
But SJ says he still considers Michael his brother.
There's not going to be any legal dossier or thing that happens that's going to maybe, go like, screw that guy. It's not the case. I understand the anger, and I hope that it'll play out. There's nothing to hide, which makes it easier. But it's going to stink publicly, and a lot of people are going to have opinions on it.
All right. So, they're saying that the timing of this couldn't have been any worse, right? All right. Let's talk about that. So he has a new book that's out, and out, and they feel as though that this is all tied to him and his it's basically to get book sales, basically, is what they're saying. Like, the only reason why this is going on is because it's for him to sell more books and blah 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 blah. Well, I wouldn't say that, because Michael Oher has a great story. And his story is cool because like, you gotta look at it like this. Like, he was a kid that faced adversity. He got through the adversity. He got to college. He did good in college as far as like grades, and not only just grades, but as well as in on the field. So he's doing good on the field. He gets recognized by by the NFL. He gets recruited. He goes to a championship winning team, the Ravens, and he's probably looking at this, even after it's all said and done, and his after everything's all said and him, leaving the NFL, you know what I'm saying, and retiring and stuff like that, he's probably now looking at this like, after him doing all that he could do in the NFL, probably paying the Tuohys during his time there because of the conservatorship. He probably now looks at it like, okay, now that I got this deal, this book deal, you know what I'm saying? Now it probably came to him like, probably his lawyers is like, okay, so, Mike, you got this new book out, and, we got to cover our bases. We got to pay some people. So, with the whole Tuohy situation, they got to get their 5 to 10%, whatever, from it. So, we'll make sure that they get their money, and then, you'll pay me for, the lawyer fees, stuff like that. And it's like, he's probably was like, well, hold the hell on. Why is it that even now I still have to pay them from anything that I'm making? Like, I shouldn't have to pay them from this. Like, I'm a grown man. Like, I shouldn't be paying people money that they shouldn't have in the first place. Plus, don't they owe me money? Like, I gotta check my books and see what's going on. And that's probably when he got the that's probably when he got the whole information on, you know, the conservatorship, the you know, what's going on with the conservatorship, and him remembering, oh well, I did sign those adoption papers back then, but I don't think that they should still be getting money from me. Even, like, why am I still paying them money? And then he probably was thinking, well, okay, so, you know, this and that. Probably started checking his book, started going, you know, through a couple receipts, and it's like, hold on, something's wrong. Something's really wrong right now. And, you know, he found out what he had to find out, and now we're here. So I hope that Michael gets out of the conservatorship. I believe he's in court right now fighting it. So hopefully, and I do mean hopefully, he does gain the access of owning his life again, because he should have never been on the conservatorship, to be honest. Like Tennessee state law states that you can adopt an adult at the age of 18. They got bad information from that, and they're basically lying through their teeth at this point if they think we're going to believe that they couldn't do anything as far as a conservatorship. I mean, as far as adopting him. Which goes to show that was their cash cow. You know, they had all these restaurant businesses popping, but they needed some sort of better income so they could, I don't know, buy a boat, I don't know, buy a private jet. I don't know what they wanted to do with the extra money, but that's even if they were making money off of him, which I'm pretty sure that they were, that they was. But I don't know, it's just, this seems a little too fishy, that, you know, whatever, like whatever that they're saying, like, you know, now's a bad time that he's doing this. It's like, well, what time do you think he should have done this? Because he thought everything was cool. He thought everything was on the up and up. So if that's not true, then what is? I don't know. But everybody, that concludes the random topics portion of the day. So let's go through a recap. So basically, started the show. I talked about the kid that got violated by the adult that should have never placed her hands on him. And I also spoke about Trump's mugshot, which is funny as hell. And excuse me. You know, him being indicted and then getting his mug shot taken, and, you know, him just dealing with what he had to deal with this whole all of his indictments, stuff like that. I believe his court date for that is in October. So yeah, we should be seeing what's going on with that pretty soon. So yeah. Anyway, also spoke about Fresh and Fit and their demise and what they have to deal with now when it comes to them being demonetized on YouTube and how they're going to get out of this rut, I guess. But they always got Rumble, they always got Kick, so they should be making some sort of money. But I guess YouTube was their main source of income. So I don't know. Maybe YouTube would probably soften up and give them their monetization back. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, spoke about the killer nurse out of the UK. I hope she burns in hell. She killed those babies on purpose, so to hell with her. Also, just spoke about Michael Oher and his situation, and hopefully he can also, like Britney Spears, get out of his conservatorship and begin his life. And that's all I got. So, people, let's get to these promotions. Let's play the theme song. And let's get on out of here. All right, so people, please, if you could, do me this favor. If you have yet to subscribe, go and subscribe now. Hit that bell icon to all. And please do yourself a favor. Share this content to anybody that you know, either if it's your family members, your friends, what have you. It doesn't really matter who you share it to. Just make sure you share it, please. It helps me gain, a bigger audience. So, just make sure that you can do that for me. So I also want to bring up, every Friday I do this show at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you come through, tune in. You don't want to miss it because every Friday is a banger. So make sure you come through, tune in, and maybe when I start getting an audience to watch, you guys can call in, and you can come and talk to me about all the topics that I'm presenting to you guys that day. Also, Marcus Speaks Play will be possibly coming back maybe next month. We'll be playing the Mortal Kombat. I will be playing Mortal Kombat 1. So yeah. Hopefully, I can get everything situated and fixed by then, so I can go ahead and start playing these games again. Like I said, I'm thinking about doing that stream on Saturdays early, maybe around like 1:30, 2 o'clock, maybe 3. Do a nice maybe 3 to 4 hour stream, and then that's the week of streaming. So please do me that favor and follow me. Make sure you know when I come on. Also, I didn't say this. Please follow me on Rumble. Download the app if you haven't already done so, or if you do already have the app. Make sure you follow me over there. Marcus Speaks. I believe it's all one word. Just look me up. It's the same thumbnail and everything. So, if you ever want to come up and speak to me, you can. Always hit that link that's pinned in the live chat. Also, you can call me on the show line 302-283-9791. I repeat, 302-283-9791. There's always rules with that. When you do, please make sure you're on camera at all times. When you come back here on the backstage, you don't want to be shown to the people. You don't have to be shown to the people. All you have to do, once you come back here, hit me with your name and your answer, yes or no. Don't make it a conversation back here in my live chat. Not my live chat, my private chat. and I will accommodate you with whatever you ask me to, what you want to do. And also, please silence all background noise. I do not want to hear what's going on in your life. Please turn me off if you are going to come through and hit that link. I don't want to hear feedback because I will kick you off immediately. All right? And if you could, one last thing, like this video, subscribe to this channel if you could, hit that bell icon to all. Also, share this everywhere. Share this everywhere. With that being said, I only got one last thing to say, and that is, please get to the money, because money makes the world go round. Also, please drink more water for health purposes, because water helps you lose weight. You can stay hydrated, stuff like that. Need that hydration, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, mind your own business for mental health purposes, because there's a lot of people out here that are cuckoo. And if you mind your own business, you won't have to be cuckoo along with them. And if you don't believe a damn thing I said tonight, that's fine. Do your own research. Helps you out in the long run. I have been your boy Marcus. This has been Marcus Speaks. And I thank y'all for watching, and I'll check you guys out next week. Peace out, y'all.